Hello applicants, I hope your preparation for the GKS scholarship is going well. So today we are going to fill an example form for GKS Global Korea Scholarship Graduate 2023 Scholarship. So here is the form. Yes, it has some changes from last year, but we will figure it out together. Don't worry. So first we have the checklist part. Checklist part is very important. So if you see, there are two options, embassy track and university track. You have to choose one. So firstly you have to choose your track, embassy or university. You have to check that box. Sometimes what happens that box check option doesn't work. So simply I have just copied it from different place and pasting it here. So for your convenience I am putting that check box sign in the description so you can copy or paste in your form. Here you can see I am trying to check that box but it is not working. So simply I copy it from different place and pasting it here and removing this box like this. You can do the same. Okay, so after choosing your track you have to write name of institution receiving application. So for university track, suppose a girl named Priyanka Sharma is applying in Cookman University for food and nutrition. So I have just made up a story to fill a form. So she is applying for Cookman, so here I have written Cookman University. Next you have to write applicant's full name, first family name, then given, then middle name. So we have made up a story of Priyanka Sharma applying to Cookman University. So first I wrote Sharma, then Priyanka. Then you have to write country. Here I have written India. Now this is the checklist. Checklist is very important part of a form. Here again you have to put that check box sign here. So simply I copy it from the upper part and pasting it here. You have to check it very carefully. Suppose you are applying for master's, so you do not need a research proposal. So you will leave that check box blank. Like letter of invitation is not required for master's degree. You have to leave it blank. So read it very carefully, and if you are giving that document you have to check it, otherwise you have to leave it blank. Okay, so after doing this checklist part, which is the most important part of the form, here you can also check that master option if you are applying for masters. Now we will move forward to the next part of the form. Here, this is the main part of the form where we have to fill each and every detail. Now you have to choose application track and application program. If you are applying through embassy track, you have to choose one of them. If you are applying through university track, you have to choose one of them. Here I am choosing journal, and here I forgot to check that university track box, so you have to check that box also. Next you have to choose degree program to apply. Here I am choosing master's degree. After that you have to check field of study division. Like here I am choosing natural science. You can check overview file of university for your field of study. Okay, now you have to fill basic information of the applicant, like family name first. Here I am writing Sharma. Given name, here I am writing Priyanka. If you have middle name, after given name you can write your middle name. Okay, so here you have to paste a photo. Also, after printing out the form, you can paste a photo 3 cm by 4 cm. Next, in date of birth, you have to fill date of birth like year, month and date as given. They have given an example. You can type your date of birth, and also you can change the color. Here after writing date of birth, I change it into black color. After that you have to check gender, male, female. After that, read it very carefully and check accordingly, like Korean citizenship if you have Korean citizenship. After that you have to write the address also, and your email and phone number starting with your country code. So here I am writing a random address and also a random phone number and an email. But this part is very important because All the update and information will be given you in future on that email. So you have to be very careful while writing the email address. Okay, after that we will move toward next form. So here you have to choose the university and its department. Like here I have chosen university track. Now I have to write the university name. I'm writing Cookman University. Then you have to write field of study and department. So you have to be very careful here and write very carefully, fill it very carefully. You can check university overview file for correct name of field of study or department. So I will prefer you to check overview file first. In the next part, if you have any language proficiency scores, you can fill it here. After that, level of education, you have to fill high school program. So it is compulsory required for all applicants. You have to write your high school name. Here I have written Delhi Public School, then location India and year of graduation. After that, you have to fill bachelor's degree required for all applicants. If you are applying for masters, you have to fill both of these sections. Here you have to write university name. I have written Delhi University, then location of a country. After that, your major in bachelor's. Here I am writing bachelor's of science. Next, graduation date. Graduation date is very important. So you have to write your graduation date in the form of year, month and date. Your graduation date must be indicated in your graduation certificate or diploma. Okay, so if you have any degree thesis, you can write here if available. If you have any published book or research paper, you can mention it here. Next part, if you are applying for PhD, you have to fill your master's information here. If applying for research, you have to fill this doctoral degree column too. Next, you have to fill your CGPA. In the first box, you have to fill CGPA as mentioned in your transcript. For example, now I am writing 80 by 100. It is in the scale of 100. Next, in the second box, if you have converted your CGPA, then you have to fill the second box. Otherwise, you can leave it blank. In the third box, you have to write score percentile. Here I have written 80 by 100. Here you have to mention your GPA. Like in the first year, Priyanka got 79 out of 100. In second year, she got 82 by 100. And in the third year, she got 81 by 100. So you have to fill GPA here. You can change the color. In the next part, you have to fill about if you have scholarship here or any award. You can mention it here. Or previous visit to Korea, you have to mention it there. Then you have to mention date, applicant full name and signature. Signature you have to do after printing out the form by using a pen. You don't have to do digital sign. You have to print out the form, then by using a pen you have to sign it by yourself. I hope यहाँ तक कोई confusion नहीं होगा आपको. आई होप यहाँ तक आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी फॉर्म फिल करने में. सिग्नेचर आपको फॉर्म को प्रिंट करने के बाद करना है पेन की यूज़ करके. सिग्नेचर आपको डिजिटल साइन नहीं करना है, प्रिंट आउट निकालना है, इसके बाद सिग्नेचर करना है. सेम आपको फ़ोटोग्राफ में करना है. फ़ोटोग्राफ भी फॉर्म प्रिंट करने के बाद उस पर पेस्ट करना है. आई होप ये वीडियो आपको हेल्पफुल रहेगी. और मैंने पॉडकास्ट भी स्टार्ट किया है स्पॉटिफाई पर जिसका नेम है नमस्ते कोरिया. डोंट फॉरगेट टू फॉलो माई पॉडकास्ट बिकॉज आई विल बी शेयरिंग मोर इन्फॉर्मेशन अबाउट GK स्कॉलरशिप. So do follow my podcast. Next, very important part. Form number 2, personal statement. Here you have given some basic instruction. You can write your personal statement within 3 pages. You have to check instruction very well. There are some points are given for your PS. What you have to do, you have to copy paste your PS here. PS means personal statement. The size for the text should be 11 points and it should be in Times New Roman. So you can copy paste your PS personal statement here, and at last you have to do similarly as we done earlier. Date, applicant's full name, and signature. Signature you have to do after printing out the form. So after personal statement, which was form number 2, you have to fill form number 3, study plan. पर्सनल स्टेटमेंट का पेज बढ़ गया है, लाइक लास्ट टाइम 2 पेजेस था, इस बार 3 पेजेस हो गया है. फॉर दिस पार्ट यू हैव टू डू सिमिलरली एज वी डिड इन द प्रीवियस पार्ट. ओके, नेक्स्ट इज फॉर्म नंबर 3, स्टडी प्लान. यू हैव टू रीड इंस्ट्रक्शन वेरी केयरफुली. Single space within 3 pages with the font Times New Roman and size 11. Some points as given, so you have to read it very carefully and copy paste your study plan here. Like language study plan, goal of study and study plan, future plan after study. Similarly, you have to fill this part. Number 4 is research proposal. If it is applicable for you, you have to fill research proposal. For masters it is not required. Recommendation letter is very important. You have to write applicant name here, intended major and program applying for. Here I am choosing master's degree. Section 2 of recommendation letter should be completed by your recommender. Don't forget this part. You have to tell your recommender to fill each and everything here and write a recommendation letter based on some points given here. So this is very important part. See, these all points have to be filled by your recommender, and signature, seal, stamp, whatever they have to stamp it here. Recommender sign, date, which is a very important part. Make sure your recommenders read everything very carefully, and which is very important part for embassy track. So you have to make sure that everything is clear to your recommender. Letter of invitation, if applicable for you, you can fill it out. Form number 7 is applicant agreement. You have to read each and every point very carefully, then do this check mark point. Simply I just copy paste that mark box, check mark. In the last you have to do similarly as we were doing in previous forms. This date, applicant full name, signature after printing out the form. Here it is form number 8, medical, personal medical assessment. You have to read it very very carefully and you have to check it accordingly. At the last, similarly, you have to put your date, applicant's full name and signature. Form number 9 is, so make sure you read each and every point very carefully. After reading each and every point, you have to mark agree. Read it very carefully. Here you can see agree and disagree. You have to check agree. So make sure you are reading it very carefully, and after reading it carefully you have to check the agree point, and similarly you have to fill date, applicant full name and signature. So here your application form is done. You can print it out, make a set of your application, your apostille documents, your recommendation letter, put it in an envelope, send it to the university or embassy. All the best applicants. Bye bye. 비동사 플러스 ing, 엘로브를 붙여보면 사랑